Welcome to episode 862 of Hard Factor. It is Friday, finally Friday, January 21st, 2022. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. We got Mark, Pat, Wes, and I'm Will to talk with you today about what, Mark, in the cup of coffee in the big time?
Oh my God. All sorts of things. Some candy is getting a facelift, literally. Some old Pope stuff. A lot. I can't even, it might take me 35 minutes to get through it. It's a lot of
candied
stuff.
Pope.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's all good.
Nice.
I have like 15 pictures today.
Wow.
That's a lot of pictures. YouTube.com/Hard Factor News to see those.
Did you upload them all?
I hope so. See, you know what happens? I usually upload them all, but then I can't find it, and then I like panic, and then I go and re-upload it, but it's already there. Yeah. I definitely uploaded all of them. Let's see how I execute.
Mark's narration of how he runs the streaming platform is fun.
Mm-hmm.
One of
fun for most.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things
Not
you can't
for me.
get anywhere else.
Yeah.
You're not going to get that anywhere else. Nobody
Yeah.
Nobody can find you struggling to find the picture anywhere but Hard Factor. So that's unique to that's ours.
Hey boys,
What
do me a
else?
favor and
We own
clap
that
with
space.
me real quick.
Clap with you?
Yeah.
Oh.
On
need-
1, 2, 3.
If
Continue.
you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. What else we got going on besides the cup of coffee, which is packed?
Oh, bro, I'll tell you what we got down in the right after the cup of coffee is an update of the hottest and most trending entertainment news stories this side of Friday. And this is pretty cool. There's a big ass sequel in the works, and we have an exclusive synopsis of that sequel, which is pretty
Yes. I love entertainment updates, Pat.
cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
Nice.
there's that.
TikTok?
Just in time
Excellent.
for the
TikTok. We're
weekend.
going to be going to India. We got an honorary Florida woman story, which is absolutely infuriating. And then we've got a nice one out of Tonga. Finally getting a few, some information out of Tonga. What is it? Tonga.
Tonga.
You
You had it right.
Yeah, had it right the whole time. So we'll be checking in there for a nice.
We're going to
story close
Tongo
it
to
out.
Tonga. You know what I'm saying? Where can you find the full Florida Man Friday, Wes?
Patreon.com/Hard Factor.
Yeah.
If you want just the straight up,
Yeah.
uncut Florida
And
man.
On that Florida Man, I was thinking about it. We didn't have time, but listen to the Florida Man. Give me some feedback if you think we should have the guy that I talked about, the city council candidate, on for an interview, because he's doing a lot of press.
100%.
He's doing a lot of press, and oh my God, is this guy getting messed with by one of the largest religious organizations in the country?
I'd love to talk to him about that. Yeah.
Also, speaking of Florida Man,
Scientology.
we got a nice message from Grady Judd's office
That's
today.
right.
I spoke with.
I'm not going to play it on voicemails and reviews, but yes,
Right.
it was.
I
in the
spoke with the
voicemail
nice
box.
lady over there, and she said that we sent a shirt to Grady, the Grady Judd shirt that we had made, and he absolutely loves it. And we're trying to get a picture of him in it. So, be a little
so
bit
we might
of-
add a new shirt with his actual likeness on it because he's granted it to us. Is that correct?
And that's
we have.
Hey, Mark,
we sent him the shirt.
Mark, you're getting way better at copyright and trademark law.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
absolutely. We need that. We do need
Yeah.
that because technically, usually when you're using someone's likeness without their permission,
Yeah.
you don't want to send them a shirt. But Judd don't care.
I
He's
told
only-
you I was
But he
sending
loves
a
us. But he loves us. Yeah.
They acknowledged that we're breaking the law, and they were fine with it.
That's legally
Breaking
binding.
the law. Breaking the law.
Yeah, he loved
It's
it.
not his kind of law. All right, we're not breaking Florida law.
No.
He doesn't care about. Okay, so
That's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. And you got voicemails and reviews to take us out. Well, right?
Mm-hmm.
that's correct. Loading them right now.
Should we just party? It's so chock full.
Yeah, let's party.
Let's party.
Yeah, cup of coffee in the big time.
All right. Fun fact of the day before we get to the other stuff in the news. You good, Pat? You're doing like a face.
Yeah, I'm good.
like-
I'm good. I don't.
We're gonna
Something's
clap again?
weird with my audio, but I think I fixed it.
Okay. All right. You sound good to me. So
Thanks.
yeah.
None of us can tell.
Yeah.
So that's good. That's a positive.
That's a positive. Yeah, we could. Yeah. Fun fact today: the ancient Romans used to drop a piece of toast into their wine for good health, which is where toasting came from. Like, I'd like to give a toast. So
Really?
Before that, yes, the tradition of like cheersing and saying something came before that, but the term toasting came from the Romans when they started putting toast in their wine.
piece of bread, huh? In the wine.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
piece
how,
of bread in the wine.
That's how bad of an alcohol problem they had, huh?
That's
Yeah,
weird.
but I think their wine sucked, so they had to like put toast in it to like sop up some of the sludge is what I read. Like it was a really bad wine.
Sludge.
Yeah, like it was. They had to have bread to get through it. Kind of like when you do vodka, you take like a piece of bread and mustard, like the.
Oh, it was like
Yeah.
grape spirits at the time.
Yeah. And I have a toast for you guys for this toast. Those that rank us are rancorous, and that's the definition of rancorous is characterized by bitterness or resentment. So that's a little boom roasted
For the
that's a
rankers.
roast toast.
Wow.
Well, it's Friday, so I figured I'd get ahead of it.
There's
get ahead of
a
it. Boom
there's a few
roasted
rankings.
rankers.
There's a few rankings coming up at the end.
Well, they're rancorous, is
yeah.
what I say. Those that rank us are rancorous. That's what I say when I toast.
But did you see in the Discord server, patreon.com/hardfactor, get on there? They were suggesting a ranking shirt with Velcro names so that
You can
people
switch
could
it.
constantly rearrange our
That's
ranking.
pretty good.
It sounds pricey. We probably
That
have to
sounds
do
pretty
the we probably have to do the gym style shirt with like just a white screen print and then like erasable markers.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you could do that.
Like a
You could do like a
whiteboard.
whiteboard style. Yeah, that's cheaper. I have another one, another toast to the Hardo Hive, the best men and woman I know. Just kidding. We have several female Hive members: Mama C, Scout, Laura Lynn, Ryan from Dallas, at least a few others. Intern Patricia, our moms. Come on. Plenty of women in the Hive, right? Let's move on. But send in your toast, guys, and voicemails next week. I want to hear some good ones, better than mine. Maybe a few lady voicemails.
Ooh.
Oh, also, you know who gives a hell of a toast is soon to be, not counting PFT, who was just on for a few minutes, our first guest of 2022. As promised, he should be coming on next week, right, Large?
That's right. He'll be on Wednesday or Thursday of next week.
Guy's a toast machine.
He is.
All right, let's move on to holidays. It's National Granola Bar Day. Cool. It's National Hugging Day. Nice.
Wow.
And it's Squirrel Appreciation Day.
Mark, I'm going to tell you, when you popped those three up, I mean, that might be the worst three. Today, January 21st is even kind of a cool date. 121. You'd think there'd be something good. But
Well,
wow.
hippie day.
Well, you're really glass half emptying it because it is Hugging Day, but 2 weeks from now is Hugging with Permission Day. So
Hugging Day is way better than
could
that.
be worse, you know.
Does this
is
change
a
your mind,
horrible
Will?
day.
Shout out Squirrel Master.
Squirrel Appreciation Day. No.
Yeah.
No.
You don't care about
Granola
Squirrel
Bar
Master?
Day. Oh,
Granola Bar Day
my
is bad. That's
I love
bad.
squirrels.
Oh,
Squirrels
my
are cool.
goodness.
Love a good squirrel.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's not a
I'm not
great
saying I
day.
hate squirrels. I'm saying that that's a day that
Yeah.
you don't.
Well, let's
there's
move on.
nothing notable
Yeah.
about it.
Let's move on. What about history, though? What about maybe not the current holidays, but what about in history? In 1793, during the French Revolution, King Louie XVI was condemned for treason and executed on via guillotine on January 21st, 1793. Off with his head. That's a pretty good one. In 1998, Pope John Paul II began a historic pilgrimage to Cuba. More on popes later in the coffee. And most importantly, I think we can all agree, is the 2018 January 21st, the Philadelphia Eagles walloped the Minnesota Vikings 38-7 in the NFC Championship game to advance to the Super Bowl against New England Patriots, who they would also beat a couple weeks from today. So
Making
that's a
history.
big one.
You like Biff Tannen, bro.
Yeah, big one there. There's Big Dick Nick holding up that trophy. It's about the size of his penis.
Yeah, man, they really had it for that one playoffs, and then
They got rid of Nick Foles.
then just everything fell apart. Yeah,
And then their coach went back to being like high school quality coach. Anyways, honorable mentions. Twitter launched their new NFT profile picture option. Do you see this fucking thing?
I tried to find it,
Don't
but I couldn't
understand.
find it.
just go to your profile.
All you have to do is go into our profile because we have Twitter Blue, which is a requirement. Hard Factor News can get this. You have to have Twitter Blue. So yeah, all you have to do is link your all you have to do is link your Ethereum wallet to your Twitter account, and you will be presented with a list of NFTs you own if you are a gullible dipshit loser that owns NFTs. And then you can link one of your pathetic NFTs you bought because you're a fucking idiot to your Twitter profile so that everyone can see you're a moron.
Well, look, Mark,
and
I
changes your picture
I
back.
have.
Yeah, it changes your picture to a hexagon too. Did you wait?
Yeah, you
wait
look
to
like
hear
a-
that?
Ooh.
Did you hear
Look,
that?
dudes?
hexagon.
I spent the money to buy my fucking Ethereum domain. Okay, patcassidy.eth. If you want to send me ETH, right? So so I should be able to do this, but I went on and I have Blue on my personal, and I went on there earlier.
Wow, this
I don't
is
see
like
me
your
fucking up.
this
And I
is
have
like for you.
NFTs.
I don't know what to tell you. So you have to have Twitter Blue to use the new NFT function that costs $2.99 a month currently. So thanks, Twitter, you monsters, for making a to pay function to use the app and for perpetuating the stupidest trend since troll dolls NFTs.
You just don't get them, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
No, they don't. They make less sense to me than Pokemon cards. Pokemon cards, I at least see that like you can grab them.
You should watch the new South Park post-COVID special.
Watched it.
They smash NFTs. They absolutely trounce NFTs. One quick caveat: we're probably going to sell Hard Factor NFTs for profit in the future. So at that point,
and you can own them, and they will always exist. So we'll have fun with them while they exist.
Yeah.
Well, will they always exist? They'll exist for a little bit.
No, they'll always exist.
They'll exist for like 5 years.
Nothing's forever. Right? Well,
look,
nothing
guys,
lasts forever.
Oh my God, you guys.
All right, a new poll came out from the AP, from the Associated Press, and it shows that I'm looking pretty good in my bet with Wes on the 2024 election. Apparently, only 28% of people polled want to see Biden run in 2024, and only 27 want to see Trump run in 2024. We don't want either of them. And remember, here on the record, Wes and I have a $100 bet on if that's illegal, then we have a $100 NFT value bet on my prediction is that neither Biden or Trump will win their party's nomination for the 2024 election. And Wes says that you'll see at least one of those two on the ballot when you go to vote.
Well, as of now, they're both saying, well, Biden's saying he's running and Trump's like,
he has to, though,
putting his toe in the water.
You can't lame duck yourself with 3 years to go. He has to say he's running.
My money's on Trump doing it, honestly.
Yeah. Well, he's gearing up against DeSantis. They're having a little, they used to be buds.
Tiff,
now they're rivals.
Now they're not.
They'll take DeSantis down.
Last honorable mention. And honestly, maybe this should have been higher. And I'm not talking about its ranking in the cup of coffee. I'm talking about the number of priests Pope Benedict XVI is accused of defending, even though he had evidence they were pedophiles back when he was Cardinal Ratzinger in Germany in the 70s and 80s, which reportedly was 4. A report came out. Okay. Yeah.
And then he got promoted to Pope after that.
Correct.
You got to change your name?
Yeah.
Yep.
I was wondering why there were so many Benedicts and shit up in that Pope.
Yeah, they just all changed the Pope whatever.
Pope Francis, Pope Benedict, Pope Paul, whatever.
Pope whatever they tell you to. Yeah.
Loses the paper trail.
That's a good point, Wes. After a 2-year investigation report came out yesterday that said the former Pope, who was Archbishop in Germany's Munich diocese, allowed 2 pedophile priests that were even disciplined by the judicial system to continue pastoral work, and did the same for 2 others he apparently had been notified were touching kids. Let them continue their work, he said. The current
talked about what kind it was. They said it was oral.
I mean, he had all the information. I'm sure.
I'm kidding. Pastoral.
Yeah. Oh, pastoral. Past tense, oral. I get it. The current Archbishop in
probably
Munich,
though, Pat.
Yeah, definitely. The current
At
Archbishop
least.
in Munich was also accused of 2 cases of misconduct and not disciplining creepy priests as well. And I guess MMA star Nate Diaz is a big-time Catholic because they interviewed him about this, and here's the clip.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
There it is. Yeah, I guess Nate had it there. All right, let's move on to the numbers though. Number 3, M&Ms. They're getting a facelift, guys. Not the candy itself, but the characters. You know, the M&Ms that have arms and feet and mouths. He does exist. They do exist when they see Santa. You know. Yes. You know how they eat one another.
Yeah.
And there are dude M&Ms like the red and yellow guy, and like these 2. And then there's like chick M&Ms, like this
Green.
like this guy. Yeah, like Green's a chick, right? She's like she got the boots and stuff. So yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Well, yeah, they're gonna change that. They're gonna change some stuff with that. They're funny, right? Like the giant yellow guy, he's a little bit tizzy. The green chick's sassy, but are they inclusive enough? That's the question, right? Are the chocolate candy on the inside, multicolored on the outside, anthropomorphic M&Ms inclusive of all people?
Such an important question. I'm glad you're asking it, Mark.
Well, apparently not, as much as they could be, at least, and will be, according to executives at Mars, the parent company of M&M, who said, get ready for some nuanced changes amongst the M&Ms, who will be getting a modern makeover as part of a global commitment to creating a world where everyone feels they belong and society is inclusive. So the M&M characters themselves will be
So did they
more
announce
inclusive.
the changes or what?
They did. For example, Green is going to stop being such a slut and caring about her looks so much. She's trading in her go-go boots for sneakers, and her new bio online says, quote, she enjoys being a hype woman for my friends that doesn't need to have men buy her drinks or get laid on meaningless one-night stands to fill a deep void of self-consciousness. So that's Green.
Yeah.
She's changing. Here's Brown. Here's the Brown. You can go online and see all these. Brown says now, she's also a chick. She says, I'm not bossy, just the boss. So Brown's, she's empowering women. Brown's CEO, and Green is now, instead of being a slut, she's like a wing girl. She's like friendly and stuff. And here's Orange's new bio as well. Here's Orange's new bio. Orange is a guy. Orange M&M now suffers from extreme anxiety, and he says, I can't leave the house without ... panicking.
Okay,
So
he's just,
Orange is inclusive of people that have extreme anxiety.
Okay,
now.
he's inclusive of mental disorders. Yeah. Okay,
yep.
Great
Yeah.
for Orange.
So there you go.
What else did they add? Did they add anybody else? Just Orange? They just changed the girls' personalities and added Orange?
No, all of them have new changes. Red and yellow have some changes too, but those are just some of my favorites. The internet's pretty upset about this on both sides of the aisle.
See why?
Yeah, the right's calling
because they did it poorly. You didn't make anybody happy with this.
Correct.
You just fucked it up. You just made a change for no reason.
Correct.
That was bad for everybody.
So the right's mainly online shouting about how how the left's like giant pussies for wanting this, and the left's saying we didn't ask for this.
Right.
They're saying they wanted police reform and voting rights bills passed, not new M&M personalities. So let's take it to the internet to show you some of the better
timing too, right?
Some of the better
voting
takes.
Rights bill? I mean, whoa.
Dave Schilling says the M&M's characters now have student loan debt. More inclusive.
Good joke.
It is. Halil Newer says, at Mars Global, to make M&M's more inclusive as it sponsors the Beijing 2020 Uyghur Genocide Olympics.
Oh, is that for real?
Got him. Yeah, they're sponsored.
Oh, no, you can't do this week.
I know. And then here's one from, last one's from Ryan Cannell, who says, they're fucking M&M's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the blue one all about?
Solid point.
Go online. Go online. You can click on each
blue's
color.
crunchy M&M, Wes. Blue's
go check it out while I'm doing the rest of the coffee. You can go on M&M.com.
I want to give you my full attention.
And you can click the bio. Okay, let's move on to number 2. You guys all think that's ridiculous, right? The M&M thing.
Oh, yeah, it's absurd.
Yeah. I don't understand. I'm with everybody who's complaining. I don't get anything about it.
Yeah. All right. Same. Number 2, turns out Havana syndrome is nothing to worry about, guys. The microwave brain scrambling weapon technology reportedly used by foreign entities like Cuba, Russia, and China against U.S. diplomats.
Yes.
Talked about it a bunch.
Scary,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, apparently it's not a thing, according to the CIA, who cannot tell a lie.
According to the people who said it was a thing.
According to the CIA.
Yeah,
they coined this fucking term, didn't they?
Well,
yeah, and then they spread it through like NBC. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now the CIA says they ran their own investigation without auditing, and they have come out now and said that the vast majority of the 1,000 cases that were claimed to be Havana syndrome in the past 5 to 6 years are not the act of a foreign power and can be chalked up to stress and natural causes. Maybe they all listened to their headphones too loud for years, or they all were like in a band before becoming diplomats, and they just all experienced severe ringing of the ears at the same time.
Tinnitus.
Right.
Yeah.
And they also said that they can't rule out an attack in several of the cases.
In 20 of them, Will. They've ruled out 980 of the 1,000. They're investigating like 20 more. So they pretty much ruled it out. They pretty much said it's not a thing.
Okay. After creating it as a thing and spreading it through the media and getting people to write stories about it, now they're saying it's not a thing. CIA, the same people.
They're saying it's not. CIA is saying it's not a thing now.
Cool.
That's good news.
I'm glad that they get so much tax money to do this.
It's not good news for the 1,000 people that claim they had it, Wes, because they're furious.
Money now. Yeah.
Several of the 1,000 American victims who reported severe dizziness, headaches, and an intense and painful sound in their ears are upset with the CIA's new findings. Here's a quote: "Not all the cases can be explained away. This cannot and must not be the last word on this matter because it's neither definitive nor comprehensive," said a spokesperson for the Advocacy for Victims of Havana Syndrome group, which that's a huge blow for that group. This report, it's basically saying that you can just shut down your organization because Havana
Not only
doesn't
that, Mark,
exist.
they
Change the
just
name.
got $30 million dollars, like in some kind of legislation routed to them. And then now I guess this doesn't go to them because it's not a thing.
It's not a thing. I mean, the group might as well shut it down.
So the
CIA
CIA
basically said they can go ahead.
that 30 million. What are they gonna do with that?
They're like declaring bankruptcy on Havana syndrome.
Right.
Yep.
But they created it. I don't understand this. Again, this is confusing.
Hey, look.
This is confusing.
Look, Will, the CIA said so there it is. No Havana syndrome. They also totally didn't get involved in the cocaine trafficking business with the Nicaraguan U.S. people. They don't spy on U.S. citizens and have no involvement in the attempted assassination of Fidel Castro or the deaths of JFK, Martin Luther King Jr., or Jimmy Hoffa. It's the CIA. They're honest. The CIA saying there's no microwave weapon technology that causes Havana syndrome makes me believe it exists more than if they had said, yes, it exists.
We know it exists because other countries accuse other countries of using it all the time.
This is the lamest attempt at like saying it doesn't exist when it clearly exists I've ever seen in my life. Like, obviously exists. Yeah.
So you think they just want to keep this weapon that they probably have under wraps and they've been maybe testing it on,
or they don't want to pay these people?
Well, they don't want to pay people, that's for sure. But
Licensing
I mean,
fees.
they know the reason.
Yeah.
Maybe they made a deal with Russia.
Or they don't want to pay the injured people.
Stop using it on us.
Because if those 900 people they're saying it's not a thing, they don't have an injury now.
No, yeah,
I have a feeling they
That's crazy.
got taught the technology by Russia in order to say it doesn't exist. I don't know. Speaking of spying, a little bonus story to end this one. The next big business software wise that is about to sprout up from COVID is employee surveillance to make sure you're at your computer and aren't slacking off when working at home. 60% of companies with over 1,000 employees and that have employees that work at home are implementing software that monitors keystrokes secretly, has email visibility, and can take clandestine screenshots of workers' computers screens whenever they want, and can also check bio so they can see where you are physically. Like they can check your heartbeat
your
and like
seat's
know where
warm.
you are. Yeah, yeah. And
they've had this on premises forever, like in the offices.
But the numbers in 2020 of offices that used it were 30%. 1 year later, December 2021, 60%. So now everyone's using it. It's doubled and it's going up. So people are working from home. People are working from home, but they're getting tracked. Like you better not don't use your work computer to jerk off.
It's like that one guy that fired everyone and he pointed to the fact that no one was fucking working. He remember?
Yeah. And he had the data.
Yeah, he had the data.
I don't care. It's the holidays. You didn't work hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had the data. All right.
It's a real CIA move right there.
Yeah, for real. Let's you guys want to do the main one, the big boy.
The cream of the crop!
Number one story today. The cream of the crop is Peloton is dead. R.I.P. Peloton. Peloton's deader than those dead babies their treadmills viciously ran over and killed.
R.I.P.
Yeah. R.I.P. On Thursday, Peloton announced that after a year that saw them not take their baby and pet killing treadmill off the market, releasing a note from the CEO that said people can go fuck themselves and deal with it, and then finally taking the product off the shelves after every lawyer they talked to said, what the hell are you doing? And then being featured in the biggest show of the year amongst their target market as once again a death machine, this time killing the main character's husband by giving him a heart attack in one of the worst produced or product placement like segments in the history of TV and cinema. They got bamboozled. And then they immediately paid millions and millions of dollars to get said actor who died in the TV show to appear in an overproduced commercial voiced over by Ryan Reynolds. And then a day later to have that actor be accused of rape one, and the big one, from multiple women. After that year, Peloton said on Thursday, they've announced they decided to, quote, halt production of all products.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Shut it
Game
down
over.
now, boss. Yeah.
Game over, Peloton. So Peloton's no longer making treadmills or bikes. They're done.
Or anything.
They're done. And how do you think that went? Oh, they're contemplating closing stores and firing employees too, which tends to happen when you go bankrupt. And look, here's the image of Peloton stock on Thursday after they announced they're just throwing in the towel.
No.
Down to
22%.
nothing, basically.
Yeah. They were over 100 a couple months ago.
So
They were over 100 and they're down to like 14 now, or down to, or is that
22?
22.
22 is their current price. Wow. That'll still drop, huh? Unless they do something quick.
Yeah, you'd imagine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Mark, are they gonna like I mean, these bikes are meant to be like online. That's the big draw about them. Like you can take the classes and stuff. are they going to halt that too? Because that's gonna just basically make the bike, just a bike, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, right?
I think they're just kind of panic mode. They're fucked right now. I don't think they know what they're gonna do. The stock did hit.
Right, it sounds like
low.
they're just taking a pause, right?
Yeah, they have to like figure out what to do. The stock did hit an all-time low, so that sucks for shareholders and for the employees of Peloton that aren't executives or the sick fuck CEO that are getting fired. Apologies there as well. Losing money and losing your job sucks. There will be brighter days ahead, like maybe as bright as said executives and CEOs of Peloton who, get this, sold over $500 million in shares in the past year at Peloton when the stock was over 100 and they saw this coming. Yeah.
That's so par for the course for this leadership group. Like Peloton's C-suite has been the biggest bunch of dicks from the start. Like from the very beginning when they were like didn't want any fat people buying Pelotons it's just this matches with everything about Peloton from the moment it began. This is just like, it is a very fitting end or next chapter for this company that's just always been kind of a bag of dicks.
Pieces of shit, aren't they? The C-suite members of Peloton. Yeah. So, I mean, fuck the Peloton executives. The CEO sold 120 million himself in the past year. He's in the middle. What the fuck's his name? Who cares? John Fogerty or something stupid with a stupid grin on his face. He's a piece of shit. John Foley. Fuck him and fuck the.
He was the one that
executives.
refused to take it off the market, right? He
wrote the letter being like, take care of your house and keep your kids away from the treadmill, basically. Very insensitive after a couple babies died and everyone's dogs, but that's what he said.
Then
he
was
said,
proven dead wrong by the market when he had to take the treadmill off because everybody's like, John, you're a dick.
Yeah, they just had videos of like giant any object that weighed less than 30 pounds and got within 2 feet of the thing just got sucked into it.
Sucked right on there.
Yeah. Anyways, but hey, that's just how it is, and even more than ever in the COVID era, where the richest men in the world more than doubled their wealth in the last 2 years. Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, and Elon Musk, the three of them combined made over $1 billion a day, every day during COVID. But hey, keep liking Elon's tweets though, guys, right? Because he's a super cool, in touch with anime trends, nice guy that's going to save us, right? He has $270 billion that we know of, and God knows how many billions in crypto. But yeah, he can't use any of that to help the hungry. Just show him a plan how he could, and he would, right?
He would, Mark. He would.
He's paying piece of shit.
He's paying $10 billion in taxes this year.
My God, is he?
I mean, nobody else is going to do that.
Yeah, he also made like $700 billion in crypto when he manipulated the market. By the way, Tesla driver 27-year-old Kevin George Aziz Riyad became the first person using autopilot in a car to be charged criminally just this week from an accident in 2019 where his autopiloted Tesla ran a red light, hitting another car, killing two in what is now being called vehicular manslaughter. So, got to crack a few eggs to make an omelet and to make $1 trillion, to accumulate over $1 trillion.
Was he drunk?
Become emperor of. No, he just was. He was an autopilot.
So, Mark,
he just flipped it on autopilot, and therefore he's getting charged.
There's a bug in Tesla that it sometimes doesn't see red lights. And Tesla has it in their hack. Tesla has it. Yeah. Oh, it absolutely can be hacked. Tesla has it in like their user manual that it's not fully autonomous, this mode. So that paperwork trail puts it on him over Tesla.
Are there any cars out there because they're just testing them? I know they test a bunch in Arizona, right? But I don't think they're necessarily there's only certain places that are necessarily street legal, but they still have to have someone in the car. So I don't know. Maybe it wasn't legal for him to be doing that. I don't know.
Well, there's two modes. There's like a fully autonomous mode, and then there's autopilot, which is not fully autonomous. And he was in the not fully autonomous mode. You're supposed to still have your hands on the wheel and get ready to hit the brakes. Which he didn't do. He just ran the red light and killed people. But hey, Elon Musk has funny memes with anime stuff. He's a great guy.
So Mark, I take it that you will be signing up with me for the Mars colony, right? When Elon.
I will not step foot on any Elon Musk colony in this
you
or
think
any
you guys
lifetime.
are invited?
Yeah. He seems to be colonizing me from the outside with the Austin move.
Yes.
So.
What do you think you have to do to get invited to Mars, Pat?
Be smarter and richer than we are.
No, you don't have to be rich. He needs bodies to just like move stuff around.
He needs a few idiots up there.
He wants
younger than we are.
He needs yes men because he doesn't listen to anyone else.
He needs a few dummies up there.
Yeah.
Now
Like,
you gotta
these four state school and community
Mules.
college motherfuckers aren't getting invited to bars. That's for sure.
yeah, well,
Don't be so
Pass.
fast on that.
pass.
We'll see.
Anyways, you guys know.
Not on Mars though. We'll see from down here.
Yeah, I would have to be pretty high to go to Mars. High, like so high that dangerously high, which is what happens when you take most weed edibles. You get way too high. Think about all those movies you've slept through. It's like where you woke up, you're like, what the hell? I tried to play a Cranium once on a weed brownie, the board game. Failed. Couldn't sculpt the clay. Didn't know where I was. So that's why I recommend you get the perfect medium high. And to do that, you go to Diet Smoke for their delicious Delta 8 THC gummies. What's Delta 8, you ask? Delta 8 is simply less potent THC. Up until recently, the most popular THC was Delta 9. Both Deltas come from the cannabis plant. And you're probably asking yourself, does Diet Smoke really get you high? And if you've been listening to the show this week, you'd know that, yes, it does. Firsthand.
It works.
Yeah.
Several people have ordered, sent me screenshots. I do apologize. The 2 freebies are spoken for, but please keep ordering because they work.
Hell yeah. You guys are going to be
delicious.
pleasantly surprised by these delicious. I hope you got the blue raspberries. I like the watermelons. Will hopes you got blue raspberries.
I really do.
Diet Smoke is the less expensive option than going to the dispensaries. Plus, no medical cards required. It's 100% legal THC, even in states where cannabis is not. It's a smooth high, guys, and the satisfaction is guaranteed. Diet Smoke's so confident that they'll give you a refund if you're not fully satisfied, which you will be. When CBD isn't enough and standard THC is too much, enjoy the smooth buzz of Diet Smoke. And right now, Diet Smoke is offering our listeners a major discount. All you've got to do is use promo code FACTOR at checkout to get 20% off your entire order. Go to dietsmoke.com, enter promo code FACTOR, and get 20% off your order. That's dietsmoke.com, promo code FACTOR for that 20% off.
There you go. There you have it, guys. Let's do some entertainment news. Friday. Let's hear about what's going on in the movie biz. That's what we call it in the biz. Movie biz, that is. Anyway. Breaking news, guys. This is upsetting. Pauly Shore tweeted, "Attention comedians and at the Comedy Store alumni," which is the club that his mother has owned for years and years and years. "I say this with a heavy heart. Just left the hospital in Las Vegas where Louie Anderson, the comedian, his sisters and close friends were kind enough to let me say goodbye. He's still with us, but keep him in your prayers." Louie Anderson was reportedly in the hospital fighting cancer. Man. So, assume that Pauly Shore's tweet is dead on. And if not, that's real awkward, Pauly. But,
That's sad.
Bummer for Louie.
No, Louie.
Bummer for Louie.
Always hilarious.
Yep. He is always hilarious. Life with Louie. Remember that show?
Of course.
Yeah, his shows back in the day.
Coming to America.
He was on Baskets most recently. That was awesome. As the mom.
And the mom, yeah.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
There you go. Guys, a King of the Hill reboot is in the works. What? Yeah. Television megaliths Greg Daniels of Office fame and Mike Judge of Beavis and Butthead and King of the Hill fame recently formed a company called Bandera Entertainment. And little inside baseball. It's probably referencing Bandera, Texas, because Mike Judge, he's an Austin resident. By the way, Cowboy Capital of the World, Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie visited Bandera back in the early aughts while taping The Simple Life. It's a real delight. Good Dairy Queen there. Anyway, they'll be bringing back the Texas.
I wish they would just do new Beavis and Butthead instead.
Yeah, well, I mean, Mike Judge is. I mean, Silicon Valley, he's killing it. He's still Mike Judge. When you look back at that man's career, everything
I
he
just
does
didn't
is
like King of the Hill as much as some of his
I'm with
other
you,
work.
Marco. I was not a King of the Hill fan.
No, yeah. Why they're bringing it back, I don't know. It was a complete and total juggernaut, right? It was on the air for like 15
Is it going to
years.
be in Bandera, this King of the Hill?
No. Bandera Entertainment is their new joint company, Greg Daniels and Mike Judge.
Okay.
So, yeah. So,
because that would be a new twist on it, because that town's way different than the East Texas.
Oh, it's very different. But they are going to put a twist on it, I guess. Greg Daniels said, quote, "We were very excited to go into different tones and styles to try to expand the animation art form. And it's rumored that the first episode will be Hank Hill storming the United States Capitol to stop the steal after Dale got him into QAnon."
Really?
No, he made that
I hope
up.
so.
He made that up. He's smiling.
That'd be funny, though.
Look at Pat smiling.
I mean, honestly, if he Hank Hill would absolutely potentially storm the Capitol. Let's be honest. Okay, speaking of
No, Dale would. I
Dale
don't know
would.
about Hank though.
Yeah, Hank's too smart for that. He's got a family. Hank, I liked Hank. My problem was Bobby's a little whiny bitch. I
Yeah.
can't stand that kid.
Well, and the voice for Bobby
Yeah,
was a
it's too
little
much.
grating. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dad,
January 6th.
Dad, what do I do, Dad? What do I do, Dad?
I'd be in if they got rid of Bobby.
What's her name? Patricia
That's
something.
a good one.
There was a woman that played Louie's girlfriend in Louie, not Louie Anderson, Louis C.K. Anyway, speaking of January 6th, the creator of The Comey Rule, which I didn't see, Billy Ray, and Gary Sanchez, founder and director of Anchorman, Step Brothers, The Big Short, and Don't Look Up, Adam McKay, are teaming up to make a feature-length film about the January 6th attack on the Capitol. Not too much is known about the film yet, except for it will be centered around a normally mild-mannered 48-year-old propane salesman from Arlen, Texas, who believes that if he doesn't do something, a cabal of liberal elites will get One American News Network dropped from his TV provider, DirecTV.
See, that could be a good plot.
It's going to be a continuation of the new King of the Hill.
Oh, yeah, I guess that is King of the Hill. That's interesting. Yeah, what a coincidence.
You know who else? Billy Ray wrote The Color of Night, Captain Phillips, Richard Jewell. He's a pretty good screenwriter.
Yeah.
It's going to be a comedy, right? Hopefully. It's not a
No,
drama,
it's
right?
probably not. Adam McKay's been moving out of comedy.
Oh,
drama
I guess, yeah,
about
this guy did Captain Phillips and Richard Jewell, so it's probably going to be a drama.
Yeah, he was.
I want to see
on
like a
this-
comedy with QAnon guy is like the QAnon shaman.
Q
is, like,
Shaman?
yeah, doing some jokes like
Could
that.
have been Will Ferrell.
No,
Yeah.
yeah. So Will Ferrell and Adam McKay parted ways recently. They broke up. You'll notice if you watch Succession that you'll see Will Ferrell's name as an executive producer on Succession, and that's really more Adam McKay's trajectory, right? He did The Big Short, which was nominated for an Oscar. Don't Look Up, not as good, but Adam McKay's awesome. He just got, as a director, he just got into comedy first, right? And him and Will Ferrell got into it over a TV series that Adam McKay thought Ferrell couldn't play the role in, and so he invited John C. Reilly to do it and didn't tell Ferrell first. So Adam McKay.
Oh, what a triangle, because they're like all buddies, right?
Yeah.
Well, Will Ferrell said, I have no desire to take over the world like Adam McKay does. That was a nice way of saying, fuck you, you should have said what's up to me. Adam McKay says, I'll probably never talk to Will Ferrell again. That's a real bummer. Yeah.
Well, at least we have Step Brothers, which had all three of them, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Step
and
Brothers.
Anchorman, bro. Come
Yeah,
on.
and
They
Anchorman.
hit their stride right there. Yeah.
Yeah, that comedy team. Yeah, the Adam McKay, Will Ferrell thing was like literally Adam McKay would sit there and just throw him lines. And Ferrell
Yeah.
would do him. Like that was most of the great shit that came out of his movies.
I wish
they would-
they did Funny or Die It together. They funded. That was
I
their
wish they would
page.
get back to that. They should. This should be a comedy. I don't want. I'll be honest. I'm not going to be that excited if it's like a drama and it's super
It's the
serious. I'm not going to be that excited.
It's
about it.
ripe for comedy with the characters in it.
Well, so
It seems like a funnier satirical thing, or it seems like a better satirical subject than like ultra serious.
Right. It'll be more like propaganda if it's too serious.
it's
Well,
not
there's
so-
already a billion ultra serious J6.
propaganda.
I don't even-
that those
yeah, I don't
guys
even
are
wanna
fucking
see it.
crazy.
I don't even want to see if
No,
it's
it's just
drama. I would
another
love to see if
documentary.
it's
It's
comedy.
like there's already 50 of them. So like, what's the
Yeah.
point?
He's Billy Ray was in DC right after January 6th, interviewing people. He said it's going to be like a ground side view. So it's probably going to be like following. My guess is, just off the top of my head, it's going to be following like outside of a 48-year-old propane salesman from Arlen, other people like that, like 5 or 6 different groups traveling to the Capitol at the same time while they're going and then converging. Is my guess.
Don't go to DC, Dad.
It'll be highly offensive to the right in many ways. I bet.
Well, that's good.
I
They
mean,
have their own
it
stuff.
doesn't bother me. Make as many documentaries about it as you want. There's just already so many. I'd rather it be something funny
Yeah,
like
funny,
that.
yeah.
I could imagine him making a hilarious satire of it.
I would like
I
to
can't
see-
imagine myself going out of my way to watch a serious like mockumentary about it.
It's not going to be mockumentary. It's
It'll
gonna
be like
Boy.
fake doc style
Is it gonna be a drama or a documentary?
drama. Yeah,
It's drama. It's a narrative
Captain
feature. not
Phillips.
doc.
Like,
yeah, so
gonna
it's a
be Billy-
drama, but it'll be like,
Yeah.
following these people, like you said, like kind of like fake documentary style.
I think
drama,
that if he
and
dropped
not-
Will Ferrell and he picked
be
up
that
John C.
interesting.
Reilly, then John C. Reilly should just play the comedic role of Q Shaman, and they should just make it a comedy.
Right. Cute comedy Q Shaman needs to happen. I don't
Riley-
understand. It's such a slam dunk. Just do it.
Yeah. It's made for me. I can't wait to watch it. Guys, the Netflix co-CEO, Ted Sarandos, announced that there will be another season of the massively popular but hard to watch while drunk Squid Game. coming back at you. Yeah,
Cool.
the whole Squid Game universe is coming at you. The guy that made that stuff. Get ready for movies and subtitles.
Are you not into it?
Haven't watched it again because I've been
Oh, why not?
I've been drinking a
You'd
lot.
like
It's
it.
hard. It's hard to watch things with subtitles when you're drunk.
No, but you can take off the subtitles, Pat, and then you can just
And hear some other actors
Yeah, I hate
cheating the
that
original
shit.
actor out of the performance.
Yeah.
No,
I
should be
couldn't do
illegal.
that.
It's a good
Subtitles is
series,
what
though. You'd like it. It's definitely.
you loved
Everybody likes Squid Game.
you love that genre. You liked Battle Royale, and you liked
Loved
Old
it.
Boy. It's
Loved
like a
it.
combination of those.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I just haven't gotten around to it. I haven't been drinking a lot. I've been pretty much sober. But guys, the point is, there's another Squid Game happening. Okay.
Good.
Well, good. Maybe you can binge it right before the second. That's like what an experience that would be.
Okay. Let's move on to the most
I wish I
exciting.
could go back in time and not have watched it, so I could be like you.
That's how I feel about Lost. I just sometimes I'm like, oh man, maybe I should just break my leg. Like maybe I should just jump off this thing and break my leg. Because ultimately, people are going to take care of me, and then I'll have nowhere to go, nothing to do, and I can watch Lost again.
I've never seen Lost.
You never watched
Wes.
Lost, Wes?
No.
Wes, I was
so
watching
good.
Lost when we were living together, and I was sleeping on the living room floor.
You gotta watch Lost.
Watching Lost, bro. You should have
Wow.
watched. You should have jumped in the bed. with me.
Now I can binge it. I'm glad.
When I say bed, I mean air mattress.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't.
We
have,
both
but
had
you
air mattresses.
Yeah.
You were the trolls that lived underneath Will and I.
Yeah. Sure
All right.
were.
Guys, this is really kind of cool.
Those
So,
are
We had,
the
to
days.
we had to creep up our stairs because if you heard us walking up the stairs, you would follow us up and then just open the fridge and take whatever you wanted.
Oh, I wouldn't do that.
I never took stuff from your fridge.
Oh, all the time. Will, back me up here.
Probably the beers. We probably
Yeah.
kept most of the beers upstairs.
Yeah, they never had to go to the store
Because
for
they didn't have a
beers.
couch, right? You guys
Yeah.
And I never brought over my beers. Come on.
I'm not saying you never did, but I'm saying every time we would get home from work, within 5 minutes, one or both of you was inside our apartment.
You guys
asking
had
how our
like a
day
couple
was
of stick
with
ones.
our beers in hands,
And
drinking
there
them from the fridge.
I remember you did have a desk with a computer.
You had the good couch. All right, anyway,
Yeah,
moving
That's
on.
true.
Moving on.
The view.
All right, guys, this is pretty cool, and
You
this
had
is
the
this is an
walkout patio,
this is an
yeah.
exclusive here for Hard Factor. So, a sequel. This part's not exclusive, but the synopsis of what I'm about to tell you about is exclusive because, I don't know, I have a relationship with the studio. So, a sequel to the 1983 film A Christmas Story is in the works at Legendary, with the actor who played Ralphie, Peter Billingsley, reprising his iconic role, and the second installment in the Christmas Story universe. This is the cool part. This is a synopsis. This is not really widely released yet. Will be set in the month of December in the rough and tumble west side of Chicago in the late 1970s, and it will follow Ralph, a grizzled, hard-drinking, and tortured Vietnam War veteran with a borderline obsession for firearms and a dangerous fetish for fish-netted prostitutes. Seizing on the power... Yeah, I know. It's crazy, but this is
Deer hunter.
This is the next one. Seizing on the power vacuum created by the passing of the RICO Act in 1970, which temporarily disabled Chicago's major crime families, a low-level hood and former nemesis of Ralph's named Scut Farkas rises to the top of Chicago's underworld on the back of a burgeoning heroin business, right? And when the horrors... Yeah, it's
He's
crazy.
describing another movie.
When the horrors of the atrocities Ralph was partied to related to his role in the My Lai massacre.
So what is this then?
I thought it was Deer Hunter. I might still be right.
So what is this that you're doing?
What movie is this?
It's the sequel.
You're just making this up. Christmas story. Yeah.
So what is this? Yeah, go
Catch it
finish
up
it.
with them 50 years later.
What
Can
the
I
hell
finish?
is this?
What the hell is this?
May I finish?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So when the
Well, I'm into it.
horrors of the atrocities that Ralph was party to related to his role in the My Lai massacre in Vietnam became just too much, Ralph finds himself ready to end it all.
It's Deer Hunter.
Russian roulette.
But right before he pulls the trigger, he gets a phone call from his aging and ailing mother. Ralph's now grown kid brother, Randy, who goes by Rand, is in trouble. He's been hooked on heroin and is now working for Scut Farkas to support his bad habit. And the closer Ralph gets to finding his little brother, the more he learns about the barbarous operations of the Farkas clan, which make his time in Hanoi seem like a trip to Higbee's department store. And when Ralph gets a tip from a hooker that Rand might be somewhere in his hometown of Hammond, Indiana, he makes his way to the poverty-stricken shell of its former self, only to learn that Scut and his enforcer, Grover Dill, have taken over Hockman and are terrorizing its residents, taking advantage of the town's proximity to Chicago, which makes it a perfect staging ground for their drug empire.
Just
And
the rundown.
With Christmas fast approaching, Ralph knows that this has gone too far, and he sets out to save his brother, save his town, and teach Scott Farkas a lesson that he thought he'd taught him a long time ago.
This is a Rock movie.
Yeah, that's
like
Walk Hard.
Walk Hard. It's the Rock movie. Yeah, when he returns. Yes, it's the Rock. It's the Walk Hard. It's the one where the guy. Yes,
Walking Tall.
Walking Tall. It's Walking Tall.
It's about 17 different movies, boys.
Yeah.
Well, there's
But
a lot
is there going to be a sequel?
Yes,
Yeah,
there's going to be a sequel, but
Okay.
not this one exactly.
Damn it. I like what you wrote though. It's good.
I'm just thinking to myself, like, A Christmas Story 2. Like, what are we doing, guys?
Yeah.
But, like,
Movie's
doesn't
perfect.
make any sense.
let's
So
pick
he's
up.
the dad. He's the dad, right?
None of
Like,
the
he's gonna-
actors are there.
He's gonna be like a dad. He's gonna have a
Or
kid that wants
grandpa or
something.
something.
But
Did you ever see the live version of A Christmas Story they tried to
Yeah,
pull
yeah.
off? Oh, it was so terrible.
did you guys watch 8-Bit Christmas?
Yeah.
No, Wes, you mean the one where, like the classic one? This is the classic one. With
The
red-
83 Christmas Story is amazing, but they tried to do a live one for like a
Oh,
like a
theater version.
yeah, like a theater version,
Oh,
and it was
no,
the
I
worst
have
shit I've ever seen in my life. Yeah.
No. But 8-Bit Christmas basically stole the storyline of A Christmas Story. It's the same story.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they're just gonna do that again with Ralphie as a dad instead of Neil Patrick Harris.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Anyway, Scott Farkas gets his ass kicked in the original, and Grover Dill's there too. But now those guys are all grown up, and they are. I weaved in like current events for the time. I calculated where they'd be in proximity to Chicago.
But it was Deer Hunter and Walking Tall, though, right?
Nothing. No, it was all original. It was just
You just said it was 17 movies that you drew inspiration from.
No, none of that. I didn't pull from any movie. That was my idea of what it would be. It's 17 movies because they're common themes in a ton of. Movies.
The Rock comes back from war and Walking Tall, and he's got a younger brother and his
2x4.
and his buddy and his old buddy that he used to play football against that beat him up in football now runs the entire town with a heroin trade.
Yes, it's an obscure rock film. Walking Tall is the one I pulled that common trope of.
It just
stories
happens to be that it's like the exact synopsis to Walking Tall.
Well, what do you want from me? Ralphie has a
Sounds
little
similar.
brother. His name is Rand. Okay.
It is. It's a lot like Walking Tall, but I love that movie.
Yeah, I watched it recently. It's great.
It's nothing like Walking Tall.
Check it
Walking
out.
Tall was a
listeners.
remake of a movie called Walking Tall. Anyway.
Yeah, it was. It was the second one.
And then finally, I guess Machine Gun Kelly said that he designed Megan Fox's engagement ring to hurt if it were to ever be taken off, which,
What a dick.
yeah, that was pretty interesting.
Considering from a guy who stole her from another married guy, that's a dick move.
Yeah.
It's out of control.
Yeah.
That's anyway. That's what's going on
lady.
in entertainment news. There is a King of the Hill reboot. There is a Christmas Story 2 coming. Yeah, J6
I'll
those
have to
plots.
watch The Christmas Story too, but I don't want to
Why do you have to watch it?
because it's the greatest Christmas story Christmas movie of all time.
Nah,
Debatable.
debatable.
The question really is: Would Ralphie have gone to Korea or Vietnam? You know, it's
He
coin
wouldn't have gone
flip.
to either.
Oh yeah, 19. Yeah, he would have gone to. He would have gone to Vietnam.
Yeah, no.
Okay, well, let's move on. And
It's time for the TikTok International Moment.
Before we get into the TikTok International Moment, though,
This is a lot like the Red Rider I used to play with when I was a boy.
I've been working too hard, guys. I don't know about you. Not working out enough. Story of our lives over here at Hard Factor, right? But we do it for you guys and gals. But I'll tell you what, I want to get in shape this year. 2022 is our year.
Yes.
But we don't have a lot of time to get to the gym. We're always here. But that's not a problem because Echelon Fitness brings the gym home. You see what's going on with the other, fitness companies. Not great. But that's not what's going to happen with Echelon. Echelon's going to rise to the top. If you got a New Year's resolution to reach your fitness goals, it can really help to have world-class instructors like Nicole Griffin, who I might have looked up on Instagram, and Michael Brown choreographing classes with music from your favorite artists like Pitbull. And you get a community of hundreds of thousands of people who can give you that extra push, and that's really great. Like when we do the Fatathon, the community gives you the extra push. That's what you're going to get with Echelon. So it's really great.
On top of Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah.
Mr. Worldwide.
That's right.
Wow.
It's Echelon Fitness is an affordable way to get the workout equipment, the workout community, and an instructor's motivation right in the comfort and privacy of your own home. Echelon Fitness's app also provides you thousands of live and on-demand classes with great music from, like I said, Pitbull, Old Dominion, many more. Echelon Fitness, you can work out anytime, day or night, and crush your fitness goals. Just pick a class, climb that leaderboard, compete with your friends, cheer each other on, and give it your all and track your results. So right now, for a limited time, our listeners get up to $650 off MSRP. And to get this exclusive deal, text FACTOR to 818181. That's FACTOR to 818181 to get up to $650 off MSRP. Factor to 818181. Message and data rates apply. See terms for details. Okay. I played the TikTok thing a little early, but you want to play it again? Okay, play it again.
It's time for the TikTok International Moment.
All right. For today's TikTok International Moment, actually, before we begin, I have a request. Even if you don't use TikTok or don't have TikTok, do us a solid. Sign up for TikTok. And even if we're the only account you follow, give us a follow. We'd really appreciate that. You'd be doing us a solid. So thank you in advance for doing that. We're trying to get the account. I think we can get it to 100K by 2023.
I think we can pump it up. But what another thing, some people are just going to DM you and be like, I'm not putting that Chinese spyware on my phone.
Well, you'll be fine. You'll be okay.
I'm just saying it's going to happen.
You have nothing to worry about.
It's true. Like a year ago, we were saying don't get TikTok.
Yeah, but now we're
stars. Yeah,
now
we're TikTok stars.
And we've been assured that it's completely separate.
Yeah, the U.S. entity, right.
Yeah,
that your data would never ever be shared with the CCP.
I have at least 13 apps that China's tracking my data from.
And there's also highly entertaining videos on TikTok. Add Hard Factor News. Same for Twitter and Instagram. So
if you're gonna get spied on, it's a good app to get spied on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, support the pod while you get spied on.
There you
Might
go.
as well.
Okay. Today we're gonna go to India for a very fucked up story. Then we're gonna do an international Florida woman story, and then we're going to Tonga for that heartwarming story. Finally, some news and good news out of there. But first, let's get dark. And oh boy, does India produce when it comes to fucked up stories. They always do. To a little village in Valaspal, hamlet in Andhra Pradesh's Chittoor, which, if I can pull up my map, there it is. It's kind of like, down towards the low part of India. Anyway, festivals are big over in India, as they are in every part of the world. And you know what else is big in India? Rituals. Big ritual people over there in India. And you know what else? What's a big part of rituals? Sacrifices. Big sacrifices people over there. They love a good sacrifice, especially during this particular
or
well,
he's got a goat behind him. Will,
yeah, it depends what they want, man.
I do have a goat behind me, and as Will pointed out, it is the Jurassic Park goat. But they're big sacrifice people. They love a good sacrifice, especially during this animal festival, Kanuma, also known as Pasavula Panduga. And normally, when we're talking about sacrifice, we're talking about mammals. And what's one of the most popular mammals to sacrifice? It's not a virgin.
Cow, pig, cow.
No,
a
not
goat?
a virgin. Yeah,
Goat.
yeah,
Goat.
yeah. It's a goat, of course, Will.
Oh,
You got it right.
I
might say
because of the picture.
Yeah, some might say lamb, sacrificial lamb. I think that's in the Bible somewhere. Anyway, so what they were planning on doing to celebrate is, they're going to sacrifice a goat. Only problem is the priest who was in charge of doing the sacrificing had a little too much of that bag wine they like over there. So when it came time to sacrifice the goat with a giant sword or knife, or whatever the fuck they use over there, nobody wanted to volunteer to hold the goat until a brave young man named Suresh stepped up. But when the priest went to give the fatal blow to the goat, that wine was kicking, and whoops, he slashed Suresh's throat instead, killing the man as he bled out on the way to the hospital.
What? You got to be kidding me.
No, that's what happened.
That's horrible.
Very
R.I.P.
horrible.
Suresh.
Yeah.
It's like when you hold the football, or like you're with their finger, and you're like, you're not going to kick my hand, right? Or like something, except with a knife to the throat.
Yeah.
So is this guy in trouble now, or is this just like, oh, well, that's how he gets? Everybody else knew not to grab the goat.
No, he is in trouble. So very sad. I guess Suresh had a wife and 2 kids, and it's reported that the Chalapathi, which I guess is the term for sacrificer, was also arrested. So that guy, he sure ruined the festival with
That's
this
his job,
murder.
He's the sacrificer, and he can't even do it.
He's like the priest over there, and they do this.
I mean, it's a tough gig. I get why you'd want to drink some hooch wine, but you got to limit it until after the sacrifice is done, and then get loaded.
Right. You think you'd want to be precise with the sacrifice? I mean,
right. Yeah. So he doesn't have very good aim. So rest in peace, Suresh. Let's move on now to our honorary.
Did they get the goat too, Wes? Eventually, or
the goats? They ate the goat. I'm sure.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sure the goat got it too. Yeah. There's the Jurassic Park goat for you. Let's move on to our honorary Florida story. And guys, wouldn't you know
That
it?
goat's actually 42 years old.
42.
Last week, yeah.
Oh, really? It's still alive. Cool.
No, man.
Oh, you're just making up all kinds of stuff today, huh? Okay, let's.
The goats can't live till 42, can they?
I don't know. They might.
I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah, fucking turtles that
You
live
ever
to
heard
500.
that term? It's a goat. It's a goat's age. You took a
Old as
goat's
a
age.
goat. It's as old as a goat.
15 to 18 years, pretty good, but not
Yeah, it's
42.
not bad.
42.
Anyway, let's move on to our honorary Florida story. And guys, wouldn't you know it, another Floridian was not happy about wearing their mask on an airplane. I mean, it's getting old, right? Don't book your fucking ticket if you're gonna get on the plane and then act like a fucking toddler, right?
Oh, and then now don't even book it if you get mad about the cloth things, don't even bother because you can't wear the cloth. You got to have the surgical at least.
Yeah.
And then probably in the future they're going to make you N95 it eventually.
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. So that's what one woman, Florida woman, did. She booked an American Airlines flight from Miami to London, which took off Wednesday night at around 8 p.m. And I guess the woman thought she was far enough away from the airport after about 500 miles or an hour or so of flying that she could take her mask off. And they're like, what are you going to do now? You know, well, we're already on our way. What are you going to do now? And she was, flying into the now free land of the UK, where all these mask restrictions are gone now. So she thought,
International waters, right?
I'm on my way to the people.
Probably
my people.
not on flights though, I would think.
Probably not on flights. Yeah. Nobody wants to wear a mask on a long flight. I looked it up. It's like a 9-hour and 22-minute flight. So she took her mask off, became unruly, and the pilot said, "You know what? Fuck this bitch. I'm taking her ass home." So he pulled the dad move, which is the joke everyone said. Don't make me turn around the car. Well, he did. He turned around the plane, and it was about 500 miles away from Miami.
Look at that flight pattern.
Yeah, there's the flight pattern. Just turned her around and took her ass back to Miami about 90 minutes after takeoff, where authorities were waiting for the woman, and she was placed on the do not fly list forever. And
then he took everybody else back to England.
People were probably furious. I don't think everyone got back on that plane.
No, so here's what happened. This is what's fucked up. So there was 129 passengers on this plane, 14 crew members. They were delayed already 2 hours because of this moron. And then this selfish asshole, she got the whole flight canceled. So everyone had to get off the plane and then hope that they could get a flight later to London.
Why did she get it canceled? Just because of how long it took to turn around and all that?
Yeah. I mean, I guess she wasted fuel.
They couldn't refuel and get back to London in a normal time, I guess.
Yeah.
Pilot's also kind of to blame on that one.
Well, the pilot probably has a max flight time.
Pilot fucked him, yeah.
Couldn't he have been arrested in England, or is that not a thing? Can he not do that, the pilot?
Well, yeah. So this is one comment that I found that I liked by Doug Russell. And he said, AA botched this completely. Just put the passenger on the no-fly list. We don't use that as a deterrent enough. Don't follow the rules. Good luck getting home from Europe, but don't screw up everyone else's plans. So he said just should have left her in Europe. Yeah, wow. I agree too. Yeah. But yeah, she fucked everyone else's plans.
Because then you'd have to go. Yeah, because you'd have to go to the embassy or something to get let home, right? Because they would be because they would let you home. But but you might put your ass home on like a government flight or some shit because
they should have taken a vote. They should have taken a vote. They should have been like anyone else that wants to take their mask off will join her on the no-fly list. But raise your hands if you want us to continue, and she'll just be stuck in Europe and she's on the no-fly list.
Right.
And
what are they going to do with
their
her?
hands,
They have to sequester her from the rest.
Who cares?
Of the
They just drop her off and then they put her on the no-fly list.
Yeah, but a lot of people online were like, "Well, I wouldn't want to be on a 9-hour flight with some bitch that might have COVID and she didn't want to wear."
Well, that's why you have to poll the audience. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think more people would want to get to England.
Yeah,
me too. I would assume.
Yeah, I think so. Finally, last one. Let's go to Tonga. We haven't heard much out of the small island nation after that massive volcano exploding and resulting tsunami. New Zealand gave him some money apparently, and so did this guy, Pita Tafu Fatufafua. He's like the flag guy for their Olympic team.
Yeah, Tonga's flag guy.
Yeah. He raised over $460K via GoFundMe for the island's natural disaster.
It's more than New Zealand paid.
Yeah, it is. So they're
look
like
how oiled up his chest is. I mean,
he's super oiled up. Yeah.
It's gonna
It's $1 million
raise
bod.
cash.
Yeah.
He's got a bit of a Ronaldo vibe to him.
He does.
He does.
Yeah.
He really does.
But pretty sad they're having to turn to GoFundMe to help themselves out. Tonga really learning a lesson of who cares about them in the world, and not a good one. Some
Just New Zealand and nobody
Well,
else.
barely New Zealand.
barely
They-
New
Yeah,
Zealand.
barely
New
them.
Zealand emptied their pockets. They didn't go into the bank.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, what do I have? A couple bucks here.
Some devastating images out of Tonga though that I found. I mean, it's shit got fucked up
shit
over
got
there.
leveled, man. Lots
Yeah.
of structures just got destroyed.
Yeah, not good. Luckily, only 3 deaths so far. But let's talk about some good news sent in by our editor extraordinaire, Eric, over in the Philippines. A miracle, they're calling it. So imagine this, guys. You live on an isolated island called Atata. And there it is. It's about 5 miles northwest of Tonga's capital of Nuku'alofa, or about a 30-minute boat ride. Only 61 people live there. So when the tsunami hit, one man named Lasala Falau, here he is, a.k.a. Aquaman now, for the story I'm going to tell you. He was chilling one day and his brother comes up and is like, quick, there's a fucking tsunami coming. Get up in the tree. So he and his family, they all climbed in a tree, watched this big wave pass under him, but they thought that was it, right? They thought, okay, now we can come down. Then the second big wave comes and they're all, just left hung out to dry, and it washes them all out to sea. Quoting Falau, it was dark and we could not see each other. Very soon I could hear my niece calling. I could not hear my niece calling anymore, but I could hear my son calling. He said he didn't respond because he didn't want anyone trying to save him because, oh, by the way, he's disabled and can barely walk. He says he walks at the pace of like a baby, basically. So he didn't want to, anyone to sacrifice. So this badass said, quote, I just floated, bashed around by the big waves that kept coming. It stayed with my mind. If I can cling to a tree or anything, and if anything happens and I lose my life, searchers will find me and my family can view my dead body. He said at one point a police boat passed by. He was like waving a rag and they didn't see him. He's just like, hey, hey. And they didn't, they just passed him right by. So he thought he was screwed. But he said he thought of his family. He kept swimming. And eventually Falau reached Tonga Tapu sometime after 9 p.m. on Sunday. And here's his journey map that I guess his daughter. So he was in the ocean for 28 hours, just floating around. So he's pretty pruny, but it was a good story because he's alive. He was reunited with his family. And
so he let himself float off because he knew that he couldn't, like that them trying to get him would endanger somebody.
Yeah. Yep. And he just floated for, it looks like probably 10 miles in the ocean, 28 hours. Also, I found out that the Digicel, the telecommunications company Digicel, has finally restored international calls to Tonga. So, and they're giving like people free SIM cards. So we'll probably be hearing a lot more news coming out of it now that they can like reach the rest of the world.
Wow. But something similar happened. Do you remember the swimsuit model Petra Nemkova?
Yeah,
she was in the tsunami in 2005 that killed the big one, and she got swept away. And
Indonesia,
she broke her pelvic bone and legs, and she had to hold on to like a tree for like a week.
Yeah,
like she just kept her head above water. It was like holding onto a tree for like many days.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, she survives. Yeah,
man, tsunamis are nothing to trifle with.
Also, I pulled up the walking tall description. It says, when decorated military officer Chris Vaughn, The Rock, returns to his hometown in the state of Washington to find work, he finds that the lumber mill has closed and the town's big business is now a seedy casino operated by one of his old schoolmates, Jay Hamilton. Aided by his loyal friend Ray Templeton, Vaughn tries to make a stand against the area's crime and corruption, but finding no help from the police, he must take matters into his own hands. And they deal heroin, and he has a son. He has a little brother. So I don't know. It sounded pretty similar.
Yeah, I mean,
to what Pat was saying.
Is exact.
It was overall a really supportive and wonderful exercise to try to do something creative.
You were writing it during the show, though. I could tell.
What?
What?
No, I wasn't.
Are you sure?
Last second prep.
Pretty positive. You know what I do during the show when it looks like I'm writing is I'm taking timestamps.
Timestamps.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Damn, that's something he does for all of us. Wes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The only timestamps that are on there are when I'm talking.
Right.
We
don't take timestamps for you, so
no one does.
No.
I appreciate your input more than this timestamps, honestly.
Oh wow.
Wes wants your undivided attention, and he wants to give that to you.
Wes is keeping eyes on you, like the surveillance companies, like for the employees, keeping his eyes on your screen.
I swear to God, next time you get some exclusive audio, I'm like, this is fake, fake. Not going along with the joke. What is this? What is this crap? It'd be better for everyone if I went along with the joke, but I'm not gonna fake.
Fake.
That
What is this,
exclusive
Deer
audio.
Hunter?
What are you talking about?
All right, fellas. It's been a long week. Been a long first 3 weeks of 2022, actually, but they're coming to a close. And with that, it's going to be voicemails and reviews at the Hard Factor podcast. You know that. But first, we got to talk about the official look of Hard Factor below the waist. And you know what I'm talking about. Bird dogs. They stole Lululemon's designer, and now they're just doing it better. Seriously, comfortable shorts and pants in so many styles. The shorts, of course, come with the built-in silky soft liner that makes them perfect for water skiing into anything that you wanted to do. Literally, you couldn't have a more perfect short to water ski and then do another activity in. That's bird dogs. I think you could do anything in them, but water skiing is pretty badass and they dry quickly. Also, they have pants, not just shorts. You could get pants with your khakis, joggers, and potentially more styles coming too, because Bird Dogs is constantly making new, great-looking pants and shorts. And the pants are all optional with or without the liner built in case you have some favorite long johns you like to don during the winter months. You can do that. Don't have to get the liner in your long pants. But in the shorts, they come in because why wouldn't you want them? It makes them the perfect shorts. If you're not wearing Bird Dogs this year, what the fuck are you doing? Every dude needs a few pairs of Bird Dogs, actually, not just one. A few different styles. Did Bird Dogs do it again, or did Bird Dogs do it again? Go to birddogs.com, enter promo code FACTOR, and it'll throw in a free Bird Dogs whistle ball. You remember those Nerf Vortex Howler footballs that whistle when you throw them? Yeah, that with Bird Dogs, their logo on it. Genius. That's birddogs.com, promo code FACTOR, and boom, a free Bird Dogs whistle ball with your pair of Bird Dogs. You will not take these things off. I promise you.
And if you get more than one pair of short or pants combo, you get a free t-shirt, I believe, as well. So you get a free t-shirt and the ball.
Double gift. That's right. Get in there. All right, everybody. Remember, you can leave us a voicemail at 512-270-1480 or send it to hardfactorvoicemail@gmail.com and we'll play some on every Friday. That's a promise. And if you leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, we will read it no matter what it says. You could put anything in there. If it's 5 stars, we'll read it. But first, voicemails. And actually, before we even do voicemails, we've got some fun, mean, angry comments on Facebook. So these ones come from our latest. So we have a Facebook page, Hard Factor News on Facebook. Look us up. And people on Facebook tend to complain about, the videos we post because I guess, they just don't like us, or some of the people. And so there's a lot of mean stuff that gets said. And so our last video that got over 90 comments on Facebook was the one of the broken pipe, Pat, that you did over the North Carolina ski lift and the cup of coffee that day.
Yeah, I love that one.
Yeah, a great story. But unfortunately, Christopher Nash on Facebook, he's a little upset. He says, "You're calling the lift guys pieces of shit? The guys stood out in the cold so you can have fun on the slopes." ? You called them pieces of shit because they were probably stood there laughing while you were watching it, giggling to each other on webcam to make money out of it. I guess that makes you the bigger pieces of shit. So,
we don't shoot on webcams, asshole.
That guy's a lift operator.
Oh, he's been a lift operator for sure.
That's exactly what Jesse Dylan Kendall replied and said. Christopher Nash must be the lift guy. And Kieran Rain said Christopher Nash, lift guys should have been looking for a water shutoff valve, not standing there. And then Christopher cracks the code, he thinks. He said, "You literally just called them that in your video, dude."
He thinks Kieran Rain is one of us?
One of our burner accounts.
Yeah.
Yes, he thinks. He figured it out.
Christopher Nash is definitely a stoned Lyft driver. And he's
My
pissed.
favorite thing, my favorite insult that people do is that they insult what we do. Like not like it's one thing to be like, "Hey, I hate your take on that," or "You're a fat piece of shit." It's another thing to be like, "For this thing that you do as your job, get a job to make money off of it, you chode."
You're a bigger piece of shit because you're standing there at your computers talking about it.
Right.
Hundreds of thousands of miles away, weeks
Something
after the event happened.
For me to do during my day that I'm
Why didn't
doing.
you go turn off the water?
Right. It'd be like us criticizing whatever he's doing while he's. Yeah. Okay.
Look at this politician trying to do stuff in Congress like an asshole.
Right. Look at him talking on the Senate chambers. All right. So this one, Pat, is just more straightforward. And this is we get a lot of these on Facebook too. From Kevin Griesmeyer on the same video. He says, "You four should be in a ditch."
Whoa.
So that's
Doesn't like us.
That's harsh.
That's,
They get real mean on Facebook.
yeah,
yeah.
Facebook.
Death
I just wanted
threats.
it's a little taste of Facebook. That's how it goes on there. But
Get out of Texas, you effing queers. I'll kill you. Stuff like that.
there's a lot
Yeah.
of those that go that far.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
How'd you spell Griesmeyer? You said it was
Kevin Griesmeyer. Here, I'll pull it back up for you while I pull up our first voicemail.
you're reading to make up my Facebook open, so I'm gonna type
Gries. This is probably we shouldn't do this, right?
No, we can do this. Fuck him. He threatened. He
M-E-Y-E-R.
wants us in a ditch.
He posted it publicly.
And in fact, everyone go after Kevin Griesmeyer.
Got him.
Griesmeyer. Tell him he should be in a ditch.
Hold
Kevin
on one
Griesmeyer.
second. Hold on one second. Let me just
Hold on.
if you don't mind, I just
Which one is he? Is the old guy in the middle? Or
So,
Yeah,
I think he's the old guy.
old fella. He's
if you
a
don't
very
mind, let
old
me just
fella.
let's take a look at Kevin Griesmeyer here for a second.
Okay.
So we got Kevin's gotten you know that he loves America. He's got an American flag as his cover photo. Can I click anything on Kevin's?
No.
Probably not.
Well, he's not going to let you see
Give me
that.
something, Kevin.
Friends or Jesus in America.
He's
Yeah.
like the only
This is
photos you
practically
can
a burner
see.
account.
Oh, he likes
cross,
he
a
likes
flag.
the
likes the
Science
perimeter.
Channel. He likes Barstool
He likes
Sports. Donald Trump.
He has multiple Trump pages.
He loves O'Connor.
Donald Trump is still our president.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really want to look at that photo. I've never seen this before where you can't click on the profile photo.
Well, he's got it locked down. That Griesmeyer. He
Griesmeyer's
knows.
private.
All right, Pat. We'll deal with Griesmeyer later. We got to move
Ditch
on
me,
to
Kevin.
voicemails. We got to move on to voicemails.
There.
Can you chat him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just sent him a message.
Or what'd you say?
Ditch me. Ditch me good. Tell him ditch me good now. Ditch me good. Ditch
Did
me
you see
good.
it? Can you tell if he saw it?
Yeah, it'll put a check
It'll-
when he
yeah,
sees
puts
it.
put
He hasn't
check
seen it yet.
order. Yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't
All
seen
right,
it yet.
I pulled it off the screen. We'll
was
get
watching
back to
Connor
Kevin.
Lee?
He's
later.
watching Tucker.
Yeah, he's busy at this hour.
Connor Lee sucks.
Oh, that's gonna. He's gonna be pissed.
Yeah,
He's
no,
not gonna
no
like
kidding.
that one. All right. Well, hopefully Kevin gets back to us before the end of the show. But
They
here
never do.
No.
they never do. Let's start off with Joe from Ohio. First voicemail.
Good morning. It's Joe from Ohio. First off, I'd like to say, Mark, what the fuck? Why'd you do that to me? That was mean. Second off, I'd like to say that the Raiders are now 10:30 a.m. starting my beautiful Amazon shift, 15 degrees here in sunny Solon, Ohio. But yeah, Raiders are going to win. Probably the Bills and probably the Rams. You know what? The Cowboys.
2 out of 4. ain't
And
bad.
I forget who else is playing, but lock those in. I'm going to listen on Friday when I fucking get it right. Fuck you, Mark. Bye.
What did I say about Joe last week?
So Joe, you played his one where he was like, "Don't play this."
Oh yes, yes.
yeah.
Please don't play this. Please don't play this. Yeah.
And so Joe said, while he was rooting for the Raiders who lost, sadly, sorry Joe, he said, "Mark, you shouldn't have played his thing." So
Yeah, the Niners also lost, Joe.
No, Niners won.
No, Niners won.
I'm sorry, the Cowboys lost. He said
Cowboys
the
lost to
Cowboys
the
were going to
Niners.
win.
yeah, he was 2 out of 4 there. This picks. I mean, you're losing the juice,
Not bad.
but
Yeah, but not bad.
You're not going
Not
broke.
losing much.
either.
Yeah.
No. And then Joe, just so you know, I mean, the voicemails that are like, please don't, those are fair game.
That's pretty much gonna get played.
Just anybody knows. Anybody's listening. Yeah.
If you had like not said please don't play me, and it was just you didn't ask a question, it wouldn't have been good enough content to get on there. So you should have just thought that in your head.
Asking to not be played makes it a better voicemail off the bat.
Yep.
Immediately. Okay, next one.
Boys, it's Colin from California. What the fuck is going on, boys? So last night we recorded, and we had a board meeting on the Hive Adventures podcast, and we've decided each one of you guys has a title with our show now. So head of day-to-day operations is Mark. Our athletic director is Will. Head of Costco relations is Wes, and all Costco activities has to go with Wes. And then when it comes to Pat's in charge of all communist information that we receive, and to be able to better get along with the Communist Party. So he's kind of like an HR type of guy. So let me know what you guys' thoughts are on that, and hopefully we can make you proud of your boy, bud. Love you. Bye.
See you, Colin. Pat's the communist liaison, I think is the word he was looking for.
Yeah, so South Korean lawmakers are back trying to crush communism posts online, just so you know.
That's important.
Yeah. Just
important stuff.
And Communism 2.0 China is still communist. Marx and Lenin, I'm sorry, I'm trying to read communist headlines right now.
So, Mark, I noticed you got day-to-day operations. That seems like a big role. Are you ready for that type of responsibility?
Well, I think it's because I've interacted with the show the most. I've guested on the show, and I created the thread for the show, and I think that I've earned the role because of my interactions with
day to day. Though, I mean, you got to keep carrying that mantle.
So day to day could be once a week. I think is probably like.
I also have to figure out what type of sports could I provide for them, because they are.
I think he said farts.
No, he's a sports.
Oh,
but farts too.
Maybe farts, but no sports. He also tweeted this. Colin had that they have a Hive Adventures Twitter account if you want to follow them.
There's some big time gamblers on that show. So anything gambling related, I guess. Will they like to gamble on anything? Those guys.
Well, I was going to do it later, but why don't we just do it now? Okay. Divisional round is this weekend.
There you go.
And I pulled up the games for you fellas so you could see them. Bengals versus Titans is first at Saturday at 1:30 p.m. Pacific, 4:30 p.m. Eastern. Then Saturday night, 49ers at Packers at 5:15 p.m. Pacific, 8:15 p.m. Eastern. Then Sunday afternoon, morning, Rams at the Buccaneers, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, and then close it out, Bills versus the Chiefs.
Some good games.
3:30 p.m. Pacific, 6:30 p.m. Eastern.
Those are some good games.
They are. Divisional round is the best weekend of NFL. So this is actually the best weekend of the year, technically, for the NFL. So congrats to everybody. So there.
Pull them up again. I'm gonna fire off 4 money lines. Bengals, Rams, Packers, Chiefs, money line.
Boom. I took all those with the spread. That's what I did. But yes, I'm with you, Mark.
Yeah. Those are the picks. Will we're on the same page.
Picks it is. Wes, you excited about the Niners?
Yeah, of course.
Of course, yeah. Pat, what do you think? What do you got any insight?
I don't like the Niners, man. I don't like them. I just don't see it happening.
Why don't you like them?
I just don't think Garoppolo's got it. I mean, maybe because I haven't been paying attention to them all year, or I kind of looked at them as like a mid-tier team. I'm surprised they are where they are, to be totally honest.
So hot right now, though.
Yeah.
Do you think the Niners are going to do it? They're going to upset the Green Bay Packers, Wes? You think
100%.
So?
No way, man. There's just not a chance. Like Aaron Rodgers is he's Brady Jr., bro. Like he likes to play from behind. He likes to win in big games.
Mark, you should try to get a second $100 bet right now.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be 10 degrees in Green Bay on Sunday, so I don't think the Niners have a chance in hell.
I'm not gonna. They're 5.5 point dogs.
Yeah, they're the biggest underdogs.
I mean, I would take the Packers with points too, but I'll take the Packers with the points.
You take the Packers with the points?
Fuck yeah, I'll take the Packers with the points.
Okay,
5.5.
I'll do a little 20 on it.
All right, with 20.
There we go.
$25
NFTs or whatever is legal. Okay. Next, we have 2 more voicemails. And next one.
Hey, boys. This is Derek from Raleigh. I just wanted to give a call in because I just wanted to tell Wes specifically that I'm really proud of you for getting on that vegetarian diet for a whole month, man. That is awesome. About 9 months ago, I've now lost 40 pounds.
Nice.
Switching to a healthier diet first, and I've really learned that is really the key, is just getting that diet down first, man. I mean, a fat boy summer all the way. But I learned if you don't even have to worry about the exercise stuff, man. Seriously, just stick to that 30-day vegetarian plan. That's awesome. And then after that, if you feel like adding in a little bit of exercise, I know you like to go on your walks, but if you want to start ramping it up, you're going to start feeling really good in a few weeks. And I just want to let you know that for someone that was on the very beginning of the track just a short time ago, it starts with that eating. It all starts there. People don't get that. They make it too complicated, doing everything at the same time, trying to work out super hard, trying to learn how to eat. You're doing a great job learning how to eat. I'm really excited to see where you go with this, man. You can do this. Love all you boys. Have a great fucking day.
God, what a delightful message.
Derek.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Derek. Derek's absolutely right, too, though. It does start with the
You feeling good? You sticking to it?
You still vegetarian?
I'm still. I had a Caesar salad with some anchovies in the dressing. My homemade Caesar salad. That's the only.
You are good at that.
That's the only thing I've eaten
with Wes's signature dressing on it.
Yeah, that's right.
It's one of his best.
I had a Chipotle chorizo burrito today. Actually, the plant based.
Oh, you did? You tried the soy chorizo?
Yeah, I did.
How was it?
It was okay. It was good. Yeah, but yeah, I've lost 15 pounds just from going to vegetarian.
Look at this!
Wow.
Yep.
Incredible.
And I feel great. I got it. Can I tell you guys something?
Yeah.
I feel great. I do.
That's amazing. Are you going to keep it going more than the month?
I don't know. Right now, it's not that bad. I mean, it's working, and I honestly, no shit. I do feel a fucking shit ton better.
I'm confused how this is awesome, but I'm confused how you can lose 15 from just cutting at the meat.
I've been going on
must
hikes
be residual effects, right? Oh, I'm not going to eat meat, therefore I'm being a little bit more conscious about what I'm going to put in my body.
Oh, it's because it limits the amount of shit that you can put in your body. Like, there's no like fast food options. I'm not stopping at fast food. Like, I have to eat like
you can't have
very
a burger
healthy
or nuggets or
yeah.
anything.
I'm eating like salads and oats and like vegetables and like I mean
granola bars. Today's granola
Well, that's
bar
going to be
day.
good whether you're eating meat or not. I mean, you're gonna So
and I am doing the hikes too. So
do you think you're at pre diabetes yet, or you're still at pre diabetes?
I'm getting close to pre.
Wow. That's really impressive, bro.
I'm getting close to pre. I'm telling you, I no shit. I feel I'm riding the pink cloud, as they say, when you like quit drinking and stuff. But it has the energy's high, and I feel a shit ton.
Oh, so you feel like it's been that big of a change? Like you feel like
huge.
it's like that huge of a
What's the
impact?
Pink cloud?
Yeah, what's the pink cloud?
That's really
Pink
good.
cloud is when you like quit drinking and you like you feel great about it, but then like
immediately fresh.
You feel real proud of yourself and like it's a high, but then down the road the reality kind of sinks in and you're like, oh shit, like I got some stuff to deal with. Yeah.
Well, Wes, I mean, look,
it's awesome.
The weight you put on, which really wasn't noticeable, like totally understandable, dude. Like quitting drinking, I would be eating donuts every day. Like fuck it, at least I'm not drinking, bro.
I was. I was eating 3 a day.
Fuck it. This is what you guys wanted, right? This is what you wanted, right? Not drinking. Give me the donuts.
But Derek, thank you, man. That was a beautiful message. I appreciate it, and we are gonna keep going strong.
There you go.
Let's do it.
Kevin Griesmeyer is just negative everywhere, man. He's negative.
Did he respond yet?
He hasn't responded yet, but I'm finding some of his other comments.
Oh, you're reading his other.
He's just negative all over the internet, man.
Is he he's threatening other people?
He's a 1-star Yelper.
Yeah,
you should be in a ditch. That's probably his go-to. He's telling a lot of people they should go visit a ditch.
How many people does he tell should go in a ditch a week?
I don't know, man.
Over under 15 people. Has he ever told his boss that he should be in a ditch?
I guess there was this place in San Antonio called Lulu's Bakery, which had some sort of eating challenge, and some competitive eater named Randy Santel or something went in there and Randy wanted to film the challenge, and the baker was like, "Hey man, like we have a no filming policy here," and according to Randy, he was like, "Okay," so I put my camera away after arguing with her and just decided to do the challenge anyway. And 25 minutes later, the manager summoned me over, said we're going to deny service. The cops ended up getting called, but Kevin went on Lulu's Bakery and Cafe's Facebook page and said, "You have a lot of fools working for you the way you treated Randy Santel."
Oh, he's a big Randy guy. Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Really? You called the police? And then there's a couple other comments. April Kim said, seriously. And Kevin Griesmeyer says, there were a lot of families and other people who came to watch him take the food challenge. They threw them all out. Randy's a competitive eater.
He was steamed that day.
Kevin's a good guy to have in your corner, though. If he's in your corner, he's in your corner.
He's attacking you.
But I'm looking at Randy Santel's media, and I'm like, why his and not ours? Kevin Griesmeyer.
I know this Randy Santel guy. He's hilarious. I got in a rabbit hole of his videos once. He does the same thing every time. He always has to win, and like he does team ups like sometimes 2-on-2, and he always picks the second best guy to be on his team, and he always like has like other amateurs that are local get trounced, and he's like, "Good try," and he like pats them on their back. He's very condescending.
Oh, he's like the man versus food guy. He used to do that.
He's a mediocre eater, to be honest. There's tons of better food eaters than him, but he rigs it so that he always wins.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of shows like that on Cooking.
And he's super like, yeah, I could see Kevin liking Randy. This guy. They're both pieces of shit. Yeah. I get it. Now I get it.
All right. Last voicemail.
Hey, boys. It's the Boston Monster, and I got two things for you today. First, the Dan Crenshaw versus whoever he's running against race. You guys should be the ones moderating the debates for that and asking the questions. Yes, I think it should be absolutely hysterical to think of some of the questions you would come up with. And I know that eventually it would just end up with Will and Pat arguing with them over something stupid. Second, I've got a ranking just for Mark, but this ranking special because this is the ranking of the sickest fucks on the podcast. Number one has to be Pat. I mean, hand, foot, and mouth and COVID and his whole household getting it. I mean, that's brutal, but it's the most sick anyone on the podcast has been. Second has to be Wes. I mean, just listen to the stories he brings up on the regular. Kind of obvious.
But the veganism.
Third, Will, first to go into isolation chamber, first to get the COVID. Yeah. Sorry, buddy, you're third. And Mark, you won this one. You're fourth. You're the least sick fuck on the podcast. Have a great fucking day, boys. Up the Reds. You'll never walk alone.
Ooh, well, good thing I was wearing my Leeds United for that because he just dropped in. I think I believe that was some Liverpool stuff.
Was that Liverpool? Oh, yeah.
Or Man U. I don't know. The Reds, whoever the Reds are.
I'll never walk alone.
Reds. There's a lot of Reds. Is it Man U?
You know what we're doing on here?
Oh, it's Man U.
I'll tell you what, Boston Monster. You're the man, and he submitted that through Hard Factor voicemail at gmail.com. That's why it's so clear. You can tell it. Hear his voice so clearly. But we're Leeds here, MOT, marching on together. But we're still marching on with you, Boston.
Marching on together is a lot cooler than "You'll never walk alone."
Yeah, it is.
That sounds like a college. That sounds like a slogan at a college anti-rape slogan.
Almost the same, but Leeds is just
never walk alone.
Way better. So,
oh man, I found Kevin's address here.
Oh nice. No, come on! All right, don't say that on air.
He's really not far.
Okay,
he's just down the road.
Is he in Texas?
5-star reviews. Come on, no address. Let's go. Let's move along.
Why'd you show me that, Will? This is all night. This is what I'm gonna do all for the rest of the night.
He's in trouble now. Pat's on him.
Never put the ditch digging thing up here. It was too much.
You should leave him
databases I subscribe to.
Pat, you should drop off tools to dig a ditch, like a shovel and stuff to his house for the ditch.
Call me when it's done.
I'll hop in it. All right. 5-star reviews. We'll read about what they say. First one from Dude Corn. He says, Joe Pudding. Will you start calling Biden Joe Pudding because he's old and old people eat pudding? And let's be real, he looks like pudding before bed is the best part of his day.
That's the best Joe Biden nickname I've heard ever.
Joe Pudding. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, Dude Corn. We can start calling him Joe Pudding from time to time. I think so. Mm-hmm. We'll work that in. Next one, 5 stars from CGS SB Jig. Tight Booty Hole is the title of the review. 5 stars. The 1 hour shows are perfect. I have half hour-ish drive into school, then home each day, and y'all are the perfect show to listen to. May Jenna make a speedy recovery. HAGFD.
Amen.
Referring to Jenna, yes.
Well said.
She doesn't have Guillain-Barré syndrome, apparently.
Oh, right.
So we don't know what
that?
they don't know what she has. So
But she's still wasting away, right?
Ooh. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
she
good.
still can't walk. Now they don't even know what it is. It's
Not
bad.
good. I can't treat it. Yeah.
Well, hopefully she.
Prayers for Jenna and good
Prayers
review.
for Jenna.
Great review.
What's the plan to follow up with Jenna though, to book the interview?
I'm gonna give her a week, I think.
Once we get an article, just one article saying she's feeling a little better
on the mend. Yeah, she's still in the
Agreed.
hospital.
Or her Instagram post saying she's better, right? We can track her Instagram post and an
Second she
article.
gets home.
Yeah, right when she gets home.
I missed. I was off the day that you guys covered the Jenna story, right? And that, but then I watched, but then I watched the clip, and so Marky, so you were obviously like going into some Jameson jokes. She saw the clip, right? Is that what she
did?
Yes.
Of
She
you
commented
essentially
and she
saying
said-
that she was bow-legged because.
Yeah, I said I made an anal joke, and then I said, like I made another joke, 2 jokes about her sex and walking, and no, I said, is it okay if I jerk off while she's in the hospital, or is that morbid? Like, can I still masturbate to her while she's suffering? And then Wes said, she's got 2 12-year-old sons, and they're about to find out, they're about to stumble upon their mom slobbing on a cock soon. So like, there's some stuff in that 2-minute clip down that she saw. Yeah.
We smoothed it over.
She commented on it. She said,
like, it's weird that you would laugh at someone that can't walk.
Yes,
We're like,
okay.
we weren't laughing at.
And then Wes, you explained that to
Yes.
her. In
I
a
smoothed it
DM.
over with her.
Right. Well, I think Wes, what was going on there was so Mark immediately, and Mark's a big porn guy. Like he's seen a lot of porn, but I think maybe he didn't have Jenna Jameson top of mind that day because he was talking about anal, right? And Wes,
Wes corrected me.
Wes is a true fan. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's why I think maybe we're still in the game because Wes said, "Well, Mark, if you actually were a JJ fan, you'd know there's not a lot of that."
Yeah.
Right.
Anal. So
No, I mean Wes was the one that reached out to her. All credit to Wes if we get her. But I also told Eric from the Philippines to like scrub the cut down and make it all positive things because we did say positive things about her, and some things slipped in like her son watching her suck dicks and stuff, and so she saw that. Unfortunately, we knew she was probably going to see it. So had the clip down been a little cleaner, we would have had probably a better chance. We'll see.
Yeah. We're gonna get her once she's home and comfy and feeling.
And I'll tell you what, if
understood.
she doesn't do the fucking show, then we're gonna release a meaner clip down.
I mean, fucking Ron Jeremy's agent gave us the blow off. Thank God.
Yeah,
I think
that would have been bad.
I think she'll understand.
She'll be on.
We love you, Jenna.
Love you, Jenna.
Love you,
We
Jenna.
do love you, Jenna, and we've told you that. You know that. We're your
know
biggest
that.
supporters.
Get well.
Yeah, you know that. You know that. Next 5-star review from Connecticut Yankee 1776. They say, send in the car. Discovering the boys through TikTok and figured I'd check them out. Best decision I've made. Can't imagine beginning my day any other way now. And just recently sent in the car. Trivia easily makes it worth it. And you're also getting 2 extra shows a week. Wow. Damn, Skippy. We're talking a Costco level deal.
Whoa. That's
Thanks,
a compliment.
boys. That is Connecticut Yankee. Thank you. Thanks, boys, for everything. And HAGFD.
We owe him a.
Send in the car. Send in the car.
Yeah, and you know what's great about that review too is like if you're a new listener and you want to call in 512-270-1480 and leave a voicemail, or you want to leave us a 5-star review, let us know how you heard about the show. He said through TikTok, which makes it all worth it. We're posting all these things on these socials and trying to get a bigger reach. And look, it works. He joined the Patreon. He's sending the car. He joined the community. He loves the trivia. Like we want to know what's working in terms of getting people.
We want to operate
grow the harder hive.
pretty much exclusively on anecdotal data because we can't understand the actual data. So,
Right.
So let us know.
We have no idea what's working.
At this point, we're like TikTok's number one because there's just that one comment.
You totally.
That's the last
you
thing we
fucked
were
up.
told.
Next week's meeting is going to be a disaster because
It's
it
all
could just
about
be you
TikTok.
out there,
TikTok,
and we're going to shift every resource we have.
Everything into TikTok.
You have no
All right, guys.
idea how much power your reviews have over us.
The path is clear. The path is clear. It's been laid out for us by
I'm going to
Connecticut
be honest
Yankee.
with you. We're going to shift our resources there, but not for a long enough time to actually make a difference if it was in fact worth it.
You're really the executives of this show, honestly. Leaving these,
It's true.
You
We
tell
hang
us.
on your every word.
All right. Last 5-star
You pay our
review.
bills.
Thank you. 5 stars from Nat Devo. Best pod to start the day. Love you guys. Was going to rank you all, but you're all pretty great. Multiple times a week, each one of you are at the top of the list, except I think Kate is the best and funniest out of everyone. Ooh,
she's funny.
Shout out Kate. Mark, you need an extra coat of purple next to the cat tower. HAGFD.
So did he notice? I wonder when he wrote the review, but he's right either way.
Did you finish? Did you put another?
No, I was icing all day today. Wes, tell him how it was sleeting all day.
It was.
Yeah, it was sleeting all day. I couldn't get to the. I need to re-up on the paint. I ran out of paint. I need
Mark, if it doesn't end up happening, right? I would
Tell him,
recommend.
Wes.
I don't think that was.
Tell him how it's sleeting.
Started right at 3.
You could spin it like you were doing like a sponge paint with like a faux texture.
There you go.
It's gonna get done. It's looking okay. It's gonna get done.
No, it looks great.
It looks good.
I think it looks really good. And that's going to do it for Hard Factor this week. Stay tuned next week when Large, as Mark announced at the top of the show, will make his triumphant return to the Hard Factor podcast, either Wednesday or Thursday's pod. Also, PFT is going to be joining us soon as well in the lead up to the Super Bowl. And we'll get the next trivia on the books soon. That will be in February. Everybody, make sure you, if you want to see us in Tampa, April 8th through the 10th, that's where we're going to be that weekend. The NFL divisional round is here, and we have to spin the wheel.
Let me clarify on Tampa. We're not performing in Tampa. We're just hanging out. So you can come hang out with us.
Just chilling.
We're
Chilling.
just being boys, just having a good time.
So I like to think of it, what I've been calling it in my mind is Hive Island 22, because one day we want to own an island called Hive Island, but we don't own it yet. We just can afford flights to Tampa right now.
And it's already booked. We're all going to be there, and some of the listeners have already booked. And basically, the more the merrier. The best way to communicate now is signing up to like the Patreon and at least get the send in the car for a month if you're going, because that's kind of like our communication of what bars we're going to be at and like what we're doing through the Discord server. That like we'll also probably
we're going to be probably. Yeah.
We'll do like all of our communications for events and where we're going to be and like live updates of where we're going to be through the Discord server. So if you do want to come to St. Pete in April, sign up for at least a month to send in the car during that time.
Do it. Mm-hmm. Do it. And Florida's going to be a fun trip. We're all going to be there if you want to see us in the flesh. All right, let's spin the wheel for what the show on Monday is going to look like. Cup of coffee in the big time. Who's going to get it? Who's going to get it? Who's going to get it?
Wes was due.
Time.
Yeah.
Wes.
It's about time.
Cup of coffee in the big time from Wes on Monday. All right. Who's going to be TikTok International Moment?
That's me.
I can't see it. No, it's Mark.
It's me.
Mark.
There you go.
All right. Patton will bring you some stories.
That's right.
I think that's going to do it. But most importantly, have a great fucking day and NFL divisional round weekend.